As we enter the second day of our spring break on Friday, the 29th, I hope you are enjoying these few days and will enjoy next week, but not too much because we have coursework to do. The purpose of this video is to walk you through the coursework. Maybe it will help you better understand what I want you to do in the upcoming week, so that when you come back on April 8th, you will be ready to go for the final 8 weeks and finish the course very successfully. Let's get started. I will be telling you about deadlines. I have a set of deadlines that you will want to take a look at. All of the assignments that I've set for you have a deadline for April 8th at 8 a.m. But you can't wait until a couple of days or the last day before April 8th to do these assignments. I want you to look at them. You can set your own schedule, but you need to work regularly along the way throughout spring break if you want to finish them successfully. I have suggested to you a schedule. So look at that schedule and see if it will work for you. It's called the Schedule for Assignment Completion, with all of the major assignments listed out at the beginning at the top of the announcement page, with suggested completion dates. There's no fixed deadline. If you have to readjust the schedule according to what you are doing, that's fine. But the important thing is to work with this material throughout the spring break, so that it's you don't end up on the last day having to do everything and then just giving up. That's not a good thing. You know, it's always about planning. If you want to be successful in college and at the university and at work, we need to be good planners. So plan the week according to what you have to do in this class and in your life, your work life, your family life, your fun life. You know, let's go clubbing a couple of nights. I intend to do that. You think I'm too old to go clubbing here in Palm Springs? Ha ha. We all club here in Palm Springs. It doesn't matter how old you are. You know what they call Palm Springs. They call Palm Springs God's waiting room. We're all just waiting. Let's get back to our coursework assignments. So I'm also suggesting some extra credit. You will see that there is some typing you can do for extra credit. Take a look at that. I noticed during the midterm examination that some of us are not very good typists, and that makes us sad. So I've set up some links to a typing test and to typing.com, where you can actually learn to touch type with the correct fingering. It's a good thing to do. I taught myself to type back in the day on a manual typewriter without any kind of program to guide me through. You guys are lucky. There are many great programs to guide you through typing. We also offer keyboarding courses at the college where you can earn letter grade credit so that you can keyboard properly. I think you'll find that being able to keyboard with the correct fingering will, at about 60 words a minute, will help you very much be successful at the college and the university, as well as in your work life. Read about the extra credit I'm offering for learning to touch type. It's not just during spring break. I'll be giving a typing test several times through the rest of the term. So if you want to earn extra credit being able to type at a certain, with the correct fingering at a certain speed. You can earn extra credit for that up until our final conference, which will be our last meeting. The first thing, now let's get down to the real business, okay? The first thing I'm asking you to do is to read Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. This is the important piece of work. It's only about 100 pages, and it shouldn't take you more than 3 hours to read. I want you to, the first reading, I want you to read it through quickly, beginning to end without stopping. Just do it for enjoyment. If you don't know certain words or a few things confuse you, just keep reading until the end, as quickly as you can. It shouldn't take you more than 3 hours. And then I want you to read Shawshank Redemption a second time, using the dictionary when needed, and then also participate in the Shawshank Redemption discussion. There's a link to that. Now I want to explain this a little bit. If you can click on that link, hopefully you can still hear me, or after the video, click on that link and you will see a list of 10 questions that I want you to be able to answer. But I'm asking you only to answer 3 of them. The first 8 questions, you can choose any one of them. And then questions 9 and 10, I want every one of you to answer those 2 questions. They'll be helpful later on when you have to write your film review. Well, yeah, they will actually be helpful to you when you write your film review. Because, well, you'll see why. The first 8 questions, you're just to choose one, but you must choose a question that either nobody has answered yet. So if you're one of the first 10 to go in and answer a question, you have to find the question nobody's answered yet. Or if people have answered all 10 questions, find the question that the fewest number of people have answered. So that by the time we've all gone in and answered questions, every question should only have no more than 3 responses, 1 through 8. So be careful about that. It's an honor system, but please, I don't want to see one question where everybody answers except for 8 or 9. I won't be happy and I won't give you credit. All right, so don't do that. You'll understand when you go and read the directions. And anyway, when you choose a question by clicking on reply after the question, not after the directions. Click on reply after the question you choose to answer. And click on reply for the question. If someone else has answered that question, don't click on their reply to answer the question. Click on the reply to the question. So, try that. This is good experience for you, especially if you want to take an online class later on. I'm sorry that this video is a little bit wobbly. I'm getting wobbly holding the camera. Well, after you've done the discussion questions, then there are a couple of quizzes that I want you to do. One is very quick. It's true, false. And the other one is to do a little bit of writing about Shawshank Redemption, like you did with midterm. And then after you've done all of these things, you can watch the film. Actually, you have to watch the film. It's required for you. After you've done all of those things, watch the film. And you will be writing a film review after you watch it. And you will be bringing the film review to the class on April 2nd. You'll be bringing the first draft of the film review. I hope that you watch the film and do the film review with enough time to submit the review to NetTutor. You won't have time to see a tutor on campus. So this is a good opportunity for you to do NetTutor. And of course, you get extra credit if you submit a paper to NetTutor. You know that. So that's your basic work. It's actually not all that much. Again, if you follow my suggested deadlines for doing everything, it will be easy for you. You won't have to do very much every day or between the deadlines, actually. And there is still time for you to do extra credit. I've given you some suggestions for extra credit. Uh, there are some of the films where you can actually compare, where you can actually, in the add a fourth paragraph and compare two of the films. You'll see what I mean. You watch two films, you write the film review for both films, and for those two films that you write, then in the fourth paragraph of those two films, you compare them. You have to write different comparisons. So that's what you're going to be doing for extra credit. And there are other films you can watch too, including the Rocky Horror Picture Show if you want to go all the way out there. And you will get different points for watching different films. It depends on which film, where you see it in a theater or at home on YouTube, or you can rent a film from the library, etc. So this is our work for the spring break. It should be actually kind of enjoyable. It's just really focused on reading this novella and doing work around the novella. As for me, I have all of your Malcolm X papers to read, which are about 60 of them, and I have your midterms to read, which are about 60 of them, so I'm kind of lining up my timetable to read these papers, probably 10 or 15 of them every day. So be patient, and as I read them, you will get a message to say that I have evaluated your paper. Please go to the website and look at what I've said about your paper so that you can learn from it. So this video has gone on rather long so that I can explain your homework. If you have any questions about what to do with regard to this coursework, don't hesitate to message me. I'll respond as soon as I can. I'm just hanging out in Palm Springs, relaxing, so working on different things with regards to my teaching, which is a good thing to do. Have a great spring break.